Greetings, everyone. My name is Buck Business, and today I'm here to review RWBY Volume 4, Episode 10, Kuroyuri. So, as the picture depicts, we finally do get to see Ren's backstory as a child, along with Nora's, as apparently they did grow up together, which probably does explain something I'll talk about a little bit later on in the review. But, anyways, we get to see what kind of child he was. He was a bit more uplifting before the incident occurred. That being, of course, being attacked by a bunch of creatures and being forced to get themselves out. Ren was pushed aside and given a weapon and told to flee the area, leaving his father behind. And before that moment, though, we do see him interact with Nora once before, as she does appear there, perhaps have stolen some bread, and he comes to the rescue, but then gets stopped by his father. And besides the focus of this episode being on this flashback, we do get a bit of more of this Oliver story, which to me, in all honesty, is a bit harder to follow because of how separated this has all been, at least for this character. But he seems to finally be on the move somewhere. Where that location is, I don't think that was explored in this episode. At least I don't remember it being. But at any rate, we see that Ren uses his apparent gift, or at least I assume that it's as a part of his aura or something, where his eyes glow white or grayish, and then something happens. I don't know exactly what that power is yet. I don't know if it's some type of persuasion or some type of invisibility or something. I'll admit that this episode was a kind of unclear of what his power is. That is one of the flaws I did see with the episode, is that I don't think it was really that clear. I mean, maybe someone else knows what that means when his eyes glowed gray. And the last part I'll mention, just to satisfy Kawaii Critic, just so he doesn't pop up in this review, and that being at the end of the episode where the two of them find the cave in the present and hear a creature coming. They do hold hands, and there's even a further symbolic kinship to their relationship previously in their flashback, where Ren gives her a toy hammer. So I can imagine this episode is definitely going to encourage the people who believe that these two are going to be in a relationship are going to be satisfied with this episode because of those moments. I sure know that Kawaii Critic was, but you know me, I like to stick to the information and being professional, so I will leave it at that. So, it's an interesting flashback episode, but it does have me concerned, as I did learn that this might be closer to the end of what we're going to be seeing from this volume. That does kind of concern me a little bit, but I digress. Again, the only flaw that I could visibly see is, again, just that sort of vagueness to the power. I felt like that was a bit of a bad tease. I felt like that should have been handled and solved here rather than later. But anyways, other than that, this episode was pretty interesting. the only other thing that I would point out, I don't know if it's rather bad or good, is that just find it interesting that both Nora and Ren turned out very differently, even though they were together for what seems like a really, really long time. At any rate, that is my review for this episode. If you did like this review, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, farewell, everyone.